Hello everyone, here we are again. We're the Real Estate Chicks coming to you live from Barrington, Illinois. I'm Kathy Pincus with RE/MAX of Barrington.
And I'm Judy Gibbons with RE/MAX of Barrington.
And today we're going to talk about retirement.
We can dream, can't we?
I don't know if I'll ever make it to that. I'll get to the age, but my whole plan has just sort of crumbled basically in the last 3 or so years.
I think it's like all of us and we, like the royalty.
Right. But there can be a strategy involved.
Sure.
Of making your exodus to bigger and better things. And
I think we were going to talk about like kind of having a little bit of a plan, and probably the first thing you should do is speak with your significant other if like that's their same plan.
Right.
Unless you have a different plan. You have a different exit strategy.
Yeah. That may be your exit strategy. I'm getting the heck out of here and I'll see you later.
Yeah. And don't come visit.
Right.
Boom.
You know, it is funny about that though, because my husband and I, this was a couple of years ago when we were, I don't even know why we were thinking about it, but we were talking about where we would go. If I tell you he was going to one part of the country and I was going to another, and I said, when did that happen?
And plus, you guys have been together a really long time.
We have.
So, whereas my excuse was when my husband started talking about the mountains, and I'm like, mountains? I'm like, no.
You're not a mountain chick?
No, I mean, I do like mountains, but I was like, where was that coming from? I mean, I'm like, and then there's Scotland mentioned, which I love, but not the weather.
No. Nice place to visit.
Yeah, nice place to visit, and then leave.
Yeah.
But, you know, when you're talking about, downsizing and what your goals are, exactly, it's like, what would make you happy? I mean, golf and those kind of things would be. And,
sunshine.
Sunshine, not too
hot.
An ocean,
perhaps.
Yeah, ocean would be gorgeous, but that's like cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. How about a big lake?
Not anymore.
Yeah, that's
not
true.
anymore.
But then there's hurricanes. See, I get worried about like insurance and all those extra.
Oh, practicalities.
The girl who survived a tornado.
Right.
I know, a natural disaster.
Her home literally fell to the ground, and she was in the basement when the hurricane came.
Yeah, the tornado.
We
have those in the Midwest.
Sorry.
It's okay.
See, I'm thinking
North Carolina. Thing. I'm thinking I know.
Yeah.
But so those waterfront properties have certainly come down in value.
They have. I mean, now you can sort of, have that in your sights at least. Whereas before, you're right, you couldn't you weren't even thinking about it.
No,
it was just ridiculous.
Not an option.
No,
not an option. Check here.
Right. And then there's other things to consider, like tax benefits or tax traps.
Right. A lot of the states that people are kind of moving to are no income states.
Because you think, the logic would have it, that you wouldn't have to pay income tax.
Right.
But they get you in other ways, don't they?
Well, they do. They can get you on sales tax, and when you sell your house, they kind of stick it to you too, and then there could be other ways. I mean, come on. States are in the business of making money, just,
Right.
They have to.
Right.
So they do kind of get you. So those are things that you really need to find out about. But I did find out which states were the no income tax states, which I thought was interesting. Alaska.
Okay.
Who's signing up to go there? Florida, Nevada, South Dakota.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Texas.
Right.
Wyoming, and Washington. Kind of surprised.
Washington State?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
No. And then I found out New Hampshire and Tennessee only tax you through the money you make on interest and dividends, which would be like zero.
Right.
Because
you know what? I like that.
I'm like, oh yeah, Tennessee. That's kind of an interesting place.
That's a nice place. You know what? I don't think they get good enough press, but it's a gorgeous state.
Yeah, they need us doing a Facebook page for them.
We do. We need to do that for them, and we need to go to that state and do some shows there.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
The Chicks would love. We're going to challenge you people in Tennessee. We want you to invite us out, and we'll be there to schmooze with you and get you started, and be fun. So other than that, you got the other thing that I really think people have. Like, for instance, right now I live in a 4-bedroom house that has a basement, that has a 3-car garage.
Big yard.
What do I want to give up? Can I go into now I'm not much of a condo person. I don't like elevators, and I feel claustrophobic when but I could see getting a townhouse.
Yep.
If it had some, I think I've just got this mentality of I need to have a basement. I don't know.
Really? Yeah. For storage.
Yeah, or just to have, I don't know,
or
make sure. When the hurricane comes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's true, because when the time I lived in California for a short time with no basement, that is kind of a weird, where do you go? Well, of course, when the whole house is shaking, it doesn't matter where you go, as I found out.
Isn't that when you're supposed to stand in the doorway?
Yes, I did, and I was like,
I think I would go in the bathtub or something and just... I don't know. That's probably the worst place to be.
No, the door jams. That's supposedly because it's reinforced.
Right.
But there's lots of things to think about when you're retiring, and what it is that you want to, you don't want to be, do you really want to be far away from family, or do you want to be just kind of far? Do you want to, be in a certain age group when you're living there? No, I don't like that either. I don't like to, I don't want to hang around old people.
No, golly no.
I want to be with young people.
They should have like 30 to 50.
That would be cool.
Wouldn't that be fun? And we just would stay there.
That's an idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another thing on our list.
I think that's on our bucket list. Yeah. A planned community for 30 to 50-year-olds.
Exactly. I like that. And then, so, the tax ramifications, can you stand this, remember the size. Do you want to be closer to family, like Judy said, or farther away? Perhaps you would rather. And you want to, maybe have a couple of different places. So you can have one for the winter, one for the summer. It is interesting to me because I grew up in North Carolina. Big shout out to Hickory, my best hometown in the world. And I would love to go back there, but people in Hickory don't necessarily have other homes. It's just so weird. Like in Chicago, where I have lived for many years, a lot of people have a place to go in the winter.
Yeah.
And the first time I came and I started hearing, y'all go away for the winter? Why would you do that? Thinking we in North Carolina never go away from the winter because it's so pretty. Well, my first winter here, I found out why.
So it only takes one.
No, it only takes one. Yeah, so that's a lot to think about.
Yeah.
So do you have from evernook.com, our sponsor, do you have a little catchy phrase for us today?
Sure I do. Okay, this is kind of fun. A bank is a place where they lend you an umbrella in fair weather and then ask for it back when it begins to rain.
Boy, amen, sister.
And that's Robert Frost.
Wow.
Even back then.
He was way ahead of his time. Robert Frost would be melted down if he was over here in this day and age. Hey, thanks so much for joining us again, everybody. We are the Real Estate Chicks. Email us. We're at therealestatechicks.com. Kathy Pincus, Judy Gibbons, or go on Facebook, The Real Estate Chicks, or tweet us, Real Estate Chicks. Let us know what's going on in your neck of the woods. Thanks for joining us.